I had my father, but I also had four uncles that used to keep me straight. Uncle Ronnie, Uncle Jesse, Uncle Van, and Uncle June. So it truly takes everybody to try to mentor our children. Also, spending some time with them, give them a different option. I always tell individuals that prior to going into the military, when I left Douglas, I had a certain limit of options. When I arrived in the military, my best option in Douglas was not even considered because I had so many other opportunities. And I think that what we have to do with our youth is we have to give them those opportunities. Whatever way that is, I don't know. Everybody don't like everything the same. So I sit here as the mayor, and I'm sad. My daughter Destiny, the young man that was murdered, I actually graduated with her. They started a GoFundMe account to get some flowers, and Destiny called me or text me and say, "Daddy, we was just trying to raise $100. It's been 3 hours. We got almost $500. What I do with the rest of the money?" I said, "Just give it to the family. Buy a very nice flower, and give it to the family. The remainder to the family." And I want you to understand something, that as a mayor and a commission, I believe that we can impact, as Commissioner Gowan said, public safety. But also impact in public safety is twofold. Let's talk about the financial piece, as far as putting more officers out there, more detectives, more cars, more body cameras, more car cameras. All that does come with the price. The second part of it is that when law enforcement are doing their jobs, they receive a lot of criticism. I know there's a couple communities that, since I've been in office, that want us to set up roadblocks. I just want you to set up roadblocks. Well, that's fine, but somebody is going to be alienated. So somebody's going to complain because that officer raised his voice. That person didn't comply with the orders. My grandma used to always tell me this right here, dealing with law enforcement. When the police tell you something, it's time for you to shut up. It's just time for you to be quiet, or I'm going to deal with you when you get home. So my thing is this right here. That second part is our police officers being embedded into the community, our police officers giving respect, and the citizens giving them respect. I think that that'll help us out immensely. The next thing I want to talk about is Commissioner Gowan invited me to an Eagle Scout. And actually, Eagle Scout is a big deal. It is a big deal. The young man, Mr. Wilkerson, I forgot his first name. Peyton. I mean, there was a ceremony, there was refreshments, a young man doing positive. But there was a few other guys over there that are doing positive. And so many times, and I think I told you this, one of the greatest lessons that First Lady Chevelle actually taught me as a husband, my oldest daughter, Kiara, had made a 95 on a test, on a math test, and I had her at the kitchen table. "Oh, if you would have did this, if you would have did this, if you would have did this, you would have made 100. And First Lady Chevelle said, "It's amazing that she had a 95, and the only thing you're chastising her about is that 5%. That sort of put a lot of things in perspective. And the reason why I say that, when we're dealing with our youth, we also have to be mindful of that troubled youth. But let's also keep an eye on that youth that is deemed to be a good child. because if we don't watch them, they may drift that way. And I'm always mindful of that. I think that Commissioner Gowan said there's several troops, is that the right?
Yes, sir.
Here in Coffee County. I would encourage any parent to get their child in the Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts. There's a lot of activities for them to do and to build friendships. One of the most impressive things is when they recognized all the Eagle Scouts. There was a guy had to be about 80 years old, but he was just as proud to be an Eagle Scout. Yes, I want to say that the guys done very well on Valentine's Day. Had a lot of guys say, hey man, my wife was happy, my girlfriend was happy, took my daughters out to eat. Not at the same though, not the same though. I'm just saying either or, let's clear that up. So, but congratulations to Mr. Kenneth Polk, Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth Polk of New Me Barbershop. I didn't get invited to the wedding, but congratulations. He was married on Valentine's Day, so he took it to the extreme. The next thing is Mother's Day is coming.
I got to stop you right there. Who was married on Valentine's Day?
Kent Polk and Miss Wilkerson.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't get invited either. So,
I
I didn't get invited either.
thought they were.
So,
Okay.
my next thing is, fellas, since we done such a good job, next thing coming up is Mother's Day. Let's make sure that we go start putting some change to the side, take care of mama, then also take care of the mother of your children, because believe it or not, your daughters are watching how you treat your mother. So, and they're looking how you treat their mother. One of the things, being a father of two daughters, we used to have something called a Daddy Daughters Day, and we just go out and hang out. My wife didn't like it sometimes, but hey, now I'm like the best parent on the planet. So, but that's my opinion, not my wife's opinion. So it's always good to spend time with your children, boys and girls. And I have two daughters. I remember when my baby daughter Destiny was cheering, and I had to travel to Valdosta, and one of the men said, "Where's your son at?" I said, "I don't have a son." "Well, where is your nephew or cousin?" I said, "I don't have one." He said, "Well, why did you drive all the way to Valdosta for the football game?" I said, "The girl down there with them two pigtails, that's my daughter." "You drove all the way to Valdosta to watch your daughter cheer?" "Yes, I did." "And you drove all the way to Valdosta to watch your son miss tackles." So, and my thing is this right here. We have to support our children regardless of what they do. As I used to tell Marcus Hancock when, Quan was playing, where I'm sitting at, nobody goes to the concession stand during halftime. Why? Because Kiara was at yard line number 22 to 23 out there twirling the baton or whatever. I watch your son, you're going to watch my daughter twirl this daggum baton. Don't get up. So what your daughter does, I don't care if it's ballet or whatever, it's important that she see her father there.
That's right.
It's important. My last thing is this right here. Did anyone know that it is actually National America Saves Week? Anybody know that? This is supposed to be a week that is nationally recognized for you to rethink how you save money. Your 401k plan, 401k, your retirement plan, your investments. Start planning for retirement now. And you also have to change your financial mentality. So make sure that you sit down with a pencil and paper and look at your finances. So in conclusion, I want to say this right here. As a mayor and commission, we have one objective: to do the very best that we can for the citizens of Douglas, Georgia. Our number one resource of being able to do that is the employees of the city of Douglas. And Sometimes they go unappreciated. Sometimes they get criticized when criticism isn't appropriate. But it's always mindful to me. Look at the city of Douglas. Anybody can be a critic. It's very difficult to be a supporter and actually try to improve our city to make it better. And I just encourage everyone to get involved. This is our city. We love this city. We love the citizens, and we just want to make it a better place to live. At this time, we will entertain a recess for about maybe 10 minutes, and then we will come back.
We'll recess to the utility.
Thank you. We're going to recess to the utility. Thank you very much. We're back in regular session. We've already been motioned and carried. The first item we had in the work session was a land acquisition.
I make a motion that we authorize the city manager to attempt to purchase the land that we discussed,
It's been motioned and second.
up to.
We don't have to say the amount? Okay,
Huh?
okay. He said you don't have to say the
Okay,
amount.
yeah, that's good.
Okay, okay.
Okay. It's been seconded, motion, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda was a personnel issue. I will entertain a motion at this time.
Mayor Polk, I'd like to make a motion that we move forward with the reinstatement of Ms. Katie Polk as our solicitor, and upon next year's appointment of that position as solicitor and a public defender, some criteria in the meantime may be put into place, or some evaluation of that. And that's, again, not to say Ms. Polk's done an outstanding job, but we just feel that there needs to be, this was not done at the proper time, and this board would like to move forward with that.
So good motion.
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
I oppose.
All opposed?
Oppose.
Motion carries.
One more thing before you go. As you know, the public defender position for the city court has got to be filled. So I intend to talk with Judge Ross. I'll also talk with Judge Preston, and, you know, they may come discuss it with you themselves.
Yeah, Jerome, that's a good point, I think, not to be out of order, Mayor, but it may be that we should go ahead and put criteria in place.
Well, that's why I'm bringing
And
it
the
up.
term, if there is to be a term limit on it, we need to do that prior to advertising this position.
Well, you got to assume that anybody who is a member of the State Bar of Georgia possesses the minimum qualifications to have a job.
Right.
Correct.
Yes,
If
sir.
there are any additional qualifications you want to put on it, you know, you need to be thinking about them and be
Yes, sir.
ready to say what they're on.
We can
But
look,
if
you
we're
know,
gonna put
my
a
thing
term,
is
we
that
need to do
I
that.
have been placed in order to be a police commissioner. I'm halfway in and halfway out. And I want to make sure that I'm going to attend court more frequently than I have been. I used to do it before. And I can tell you who everybody's doing right and who I feel that's doing right. You know, like I can with Preston, I can tell anybody that I feel that he runs an honest court.
Okay.
And I think that that's the thing that I need to do is we need to be on my toes,
Yes.
doing my job.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion?
I've done that just.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We stand adjourned.
I didn't have time to think.
Mayor,
Yes.